Okay, we got two people with 4.012. Anybody else for the lower? 0192. Let me just call this 4.02. We'll go 2 decimal places. And the upper? All right, we didn't have a lot of argument on that one. That's good. Okay, so I would never round to the nearest integer. Just to be safe, I'd go 1 or 2 decimal places. It's really in the long run doesn't really matter, but to be safe for your AP exam, don't ever round to the nearest integer, because one time they took off for that. Okay. Now I interpret in context, and I say we, all of us, are 98% confident that the average number of cell phone calls for Aragon 11th and 12th graders last 24 hours is between 4.02 and 7.74 calls. Now, it's important in your interpretation that you include context. So you got to know it's back here at Aragon, and that you include units, and that you make this into an understandable sentence, because this would be the part that would go to the newspaper. Yes, sir. So we don't know. We don't know what the population average number of calls is. So we have estimated it with a sample. Okay? Shh. Now, that's the 4-step procedure. If you're asked, yes. If you're asked to interpret 98% confidence, which you're not always asked to do, but let's practice doing this because we have a minute. So that was an interpretation of our confidence interval. But if you're asked to interpret 98% confidence, how often, what proportion of the time is this procedure going to give us correct results? 98% of the time. So an interpretation of 98% confidence is that 98% of the time, this procedure, this method, gives an accurate interval. So that's pretty good, because I think I got one of those samples that was, I think you guys are pretty reasonable average sample. Yes, ma'am.